everybody, it is Amy Rich with project number 5 in the 12 projects of Christmas 2023, and I am going crazy. Look at the color scheme for this project today. I am looking forward to sharing with you a technique called floating strips, and you've probably done it before. Here is my technique card that we did with it a number of years ago. Well, I am totally messing this up big time. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to combine these fun products. I love that we're using the Countryside Corners dies in this because it's just a different type of card than you would see it with in other ways, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. And then the Merry and Bright, we're just using a sentiment from there. And then we've got these great discs that are iridescent. You can kind of see them in the light there. And I'd also like to introduce the Wanted to Say dies. And I'm going to use the Celebrate in here, which is going to be super fun, out of the ordinary, out of the box for Christmas. So let's get started with a piece of window sheet that I've cut 5 1/4 by 4. And we're just going to start adhering our strips of cardstock to this. So I'm going to start at the top and just work my way down. I'm going to use liquid glue here because it's what's handy and it's what's, I think, going to work the easiest as we go. We just have to be careful. They will shift a little bit. One of the things I would suggest if you're going to try this technique is you could work on a piece of black cardstock if that's easier, if you can see it better. But whatever works for you. So I'm just gonna do that now since I have it out here. And then when I put the next strip down, I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap, not very big, just a little one. And adhere that, you can see here. So I've got Melon Mambo, I've got Granny Apple Green. Next up is a piece of Poppy Parade. And I have cut these at widths of 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. So as we go, I'll just mix and match those sizes a little bit. You can see I did put 2 of the same size next to each other, not necessarily on purpose, just because that's the way it is. So I cut these strips the length of the window sheet, which is 5 1/4. And then, like I said, I just cut them in the 3 different sizes. And if you cut one of each, it's plenty, one of each size in each color. It will be plenty for your, to fill up your rectangle window sheet here. So I will just finish that up and let's speed up the video so it's less boring. And then we're going to finish up with a piece of Parakeet Party. And I'm not going to put adhesive on the whole thing because, as you can see, well, maybe you can, there's not that big of a spot remaining. Now, I could have checked with my dies that I'm using next to see if what I had there would have been good enough, big enough. I didn't, so I will now so you can see what I mean. But I'm going to take, I think this is actually the second largest die. The first largest I have somewhere else. So if you put this on like this, you can see you're going to cut. You know, I could have probably left it without putting that extra strip on the bottom. But what I'm actually going to end up doing is cutting that top one off because I really like the way it looks here like that. So now I'm going to cut this with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine after this dries just a little bit. And by the magic of television now, I've got that cut out. And so I'm just going to remove that from its frame. So you can see I totally could have skipped this strip altogether, but that's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry, I guess is the term. But now we're going to flip this over and we're going to add adhesive strips or to the back. And actually what we're going to do is use our foam adhesive strips here so that it pops up a little bit and will lift off the page. You can see my glue isn't totally dry yet, but it worked out just fine. So what I love about these strips is that you can use them in skinny places. They're great for shaker cards and for cards like these. And I think, don't look everybody, I think all of my snips are upstairs. I was working on some craft show projects, and all of a sudden I looked down and I saw I had like 3 snips around me. And I'm like, oh boy, I wouldn't need all these, but so that's where they all are. So I'm just going to go ahead and put strips on the back of probably each section, because it just ensures that everything is gonna be, actually, I could probably skip a section, couldn't I? I want to use these wisely, so maybe I won't put them on every section. There we go. I think that'll do the trick. All right, then I'm going to remove the backing, and then we're going to adhere that to a piece of basic white that is cut 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so I'll bring that in, adhere this down. I think I'm going to put that fatter section of Granny Apple Green more towards the bottom. So I'm going to center that in here. And now it looks like those strips are suspended when you see the clear window sheet through that, which is kind of cool. Then I took the Wanted to Say dies, the Celebrate there, and I cut that out of basic black. I have found that a lot of these types of cards use black as like a shadow over the color, and I decided to follow suit and do the same. So I could have used adhesive sheets, but I didn't think that quickly before I started the video. So here we are, getting it done with some multi-purpose glue. And then we're going to add that to the Granny Apple Green section that is a little bit fatter. Oops. And then I'll just make sure everything is adhered properly. Now, the good thing about this glue is that it will dry clear. So even though I feel like I got it in a few places I didn't want it, there we go. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, so fun, so fun. All right, then we'll add our layer onto our black card base. So look, it's really unique, a little different. The colors are crazy, but sometimes we like to have a little fun. And keep in mind that you could do traditional colors. You could do silhouettes of holly leaves or Christmas trees or fun things like that. I just am really thinking outside the box with this one today. And then on the inside, we're actually gonna make that kind of cute too. So I'm gonna bring in another piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white cardstock. And then using the Merry and Bright stamp set, I've put together a little Merry Christmas to You and Yours. And when I mounted it on my block, can you tell what I kind of saw was happening here? Yes, it kind of takes on the shape of a Christmas tree. Merry Christmas to You and Yours. So then what I thought would be fun is to put one of our discs here on top of the tree. So that'll be like our little star on the top of the tree. I'm going to do a red one. Boop. Isn't that cute? And then let's add that to the inside of the card. I thought about cutting out a star, but I thought, why get traditional now? We're gonna really think outside of the box with this one. But I love being able to do that floating strips technique with a little bit different shape and, you know, make it unique with the Christmas card. And then we've got these discs now that we can decorate the front with a little bit too. So we'll just go a little nuts with them because they're kind of in our colors. So we're just gonna kind of put them all over and make it really bright and cheerful. Well, it is already, right? We're pretty bright and cheerful already. I don't think we had to try very hard to add some more bright and cheery, but it's fun. It's fun to just, you know, add a little bling, and it looks sweet. Let's see, how about another one up here? All right, so there we've got our little dots. Crazy little project number 5. I hope you enjoyed something a little unique today, and that you will come back for project number 6 when we are looking forward to another fun fold card. So I will see you back here very soon.